All right, so this is a suggestion via donation. The name of the video is 8 solid minutes of useless geographical facts. Let's go and check it out.
So this is 8 solid minutes of absolutely useless geographical facts. Today we'll break down our facts into 5 categories, including geography, people, flags, money, and other random crap. Oh my God! In 2011, South Sudan became the world's newest country after breaking away from Sudan. This is the US state of Rhode Island, and it is in fact not an island. Russia is the world's largest country, spanning over 6.6
Oh God, it's one of these guys. All right, hold on. Oh, let's go.
million square miles, or just under 17.1 million square kilometers, and has 11 different time zones. South Africa actually has 3 different capitals for different parts of the government, including Pretoria, Cape Town, and Bloemfontein. South Africa also appears to have a gaping hole in it, which is actually the country of Lesotho, which is considered to be an enclave as it is completely surrounded by another country.
What is that? Guys, bro, I just learned something, to be honest. Useless facts. This is not so useless. I never even thought about that.
It's actually the country of Lesotho, which is considered...
I thought it was like a lake or something every time I've looked at it. I've never heard of this place in my life. Pardon me.
...to be an enclave as it is completely surrounded by another country. There are 3 such enclaves in existence today, which are Lesotho, Vatican City, and San Marino, with both Vatican City and San Marino being completely surrounded by Italy. France shares its longest border not with Germany, Spain, Belgium, or Switzerland, but actually has its longest border in its South American overseas department of French Guiana, which shares a 454-mile or 730-kilometer...
Listen, if that was a trivia question, I think we would have all lost. Because again, I live... the neighboring country to me is... literally France. So I would think that France shared its longest border with us, but absolutely not. Why? Because they apparently are sharing it with someplace in South America. Okay, noted. Yeah, if that was a trivia question, I would have lost it. You would have too. You know you would have.
South American overseas department of French Guiana, which shares a 454-mile or 730-kilometer border with Brazil. There are little bits of France scattered all over the world, including St. Pierre and Miquelon, located in North America, French Guiana, located in South America, Guadeloupe, Martinique, and St. Martin, where France actually shares a border with the Netherlands, all being in the Caribbean, Mayotte and Reunion being in Africa, and...
Yeah, I have a lot of family on the Dutch side of St. Martin.
France actually shares a border with the Netherlands, all being in the Caribbean, Mayotte and Reunion being in Africa, and Wallis and Futuna and New Caledonia being in Oceania. The city of Istanbul in Turkey is the only major city that sits on 2 different continents, with the western part of the city being...
I would have gotten that trivia question. That one right there I would have gotten. This is famous.
Located in Europe, and the eastern part of the city being located in Asia. The Great Lakes system, which is shared by Canada and the United States, holds about 21% of the world's freshwater supply. Oh my God! Australia is home to over 26 million people and is also home to 42.8 million kangaroos, meaning that you can find about 1.7 kangaroos for every person in Australia. This is the country of Bangladesh, and despite it being over 115 times smaller than Russia, its population of almost 168 million is over 20 million people higher than Russia's almost 146 million people. The greater Tokyo area is home to almost 37.5 million people, meaning that it is close in population to Canada's almost 38.4 million people. Mongolia is the least densely populated country in the world, having only 2 people per square kilometer, or about 6 people per square mile.
Yeah, they're all literally in the capital city.
Populated country in the world, having only 2 people per square kilometer, or about 6 people per square mile. Monaco, on the other hand, is the world's most densely populated country, having 18,235 people per square kilometer, or about 47,227 people per square mile, which is actually more people than the nation has. Japan currently...
Guys, Monaco is an absolutely stunning place to visit. If you ever get a chance, check out Monaco. Just be fully aware that you're going to spend unnecessarily stupid amount of money for things that shouldn't cost that much. But you can then say in your life you at least went to Monaco, and that's something you should be doing.
Currently has a negative 0.3% annual population growth rate, and has actually been...
I prefer Monaco to Dubai, guys.
Consistently losing people since the year 2010, losing about 3.2 million people in the past 12 years. On the contrary, Nigeria has an astounding 2.5% annual population growth rate and is gaining millions of citizens each year.
Yeah, everyone is coming in from Togo, Benin, almost everyone, it seems like. Because again, if you know anything about very specifically that region in Africa, it is booming. There's a lot of business going there. There's a lot of money there, a lot of money. So imagine, instead of for the last 100 years or so, 400 years, right? Let's say, where Europe has been like the shining city in the north, right? Nigeria, Abuja area, Lagos, this area here, these are basically the new shining cities. Absolutely. So instead of people fleeing Africa and going north, a lot of them are going here, except for the Senegalese. The Senegalese are just Nah, north. They're still going to Africa. I mean, still going to Europe, through Spain, through Morocco, and one of their border cities.
Going from 158.5 million citizens in 2010 all the way to almost 216 million today, gaining well over 57 million citizens in the past 12 years. And despite being only roughly the size of France and Germany put together, it is expected to have a population of around 733 million people in the year 2100, which is about 1.7 times larger than the expected US population in the same year. This is the island nation of Nauru, and about
for real, like Nigeria and like Rwanda, Uganda. Give it 20 years.
61% of its adults are obese, making it the most obese country in the world. For comparison,
where? Bro, you can't be fatter than us, bro. You're lying.
1.7 times larger than the expected US population in the same year. This is the island nation of Nauru, and about 61% of its adults are obese, making it the most obese.
I'm guessing this is probably, I have no idea where this is. I'm just going to go ahead and guess the region. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm going to go ahead and guess probably Polynesia. Maybe one of the Samoas, maybe.
This country in the world. For comparison, 36.2% of American adults are obese, and about 27.8% of Brits are obese. The United States is home to almost 42 million Spanish speakers, which makes it the 5th largest Spanish-speaking country in the world, just behind the nation of Spain itself. At the time of recording, our channel has more subscribers than 7 countries have people. Those countries include Vatican City, Tuvalu, Nauru, Palau, San Marino, Monaco, and Liechtenstein. The Netherlands is the tallest country in the world, with the average Dutch male being 183.78 centimeters tall, or 6 feet tall, and the average Dutch female being 170.36 centimeters tall, or 5 foot 7 inches. On the other end of the spectrum, Timor-Leste is the shortest.
Yeah, I had once dated a woman from there, from the Netherlands. She was definitely tall. Taller than like everyone that we would encounter, let's say, in the United States of America. Being that I live half the year in Spain, the women in Spain are definitely not tall. These Malagueñas are maybe 5'3", 5'4", and the woman from the Netherlands was, oh god, guys, like 6'1".
Country in the world, with the average Timorese male being 160.13 centimeters tall, or 5 foot 3 inches, and the average Timorese female being 152.71 centimeters tall, or 5 foot tall. The northern half of the Earth is called the Northern Hemisphere, and the southern half of the Earth is called the Southern Hemisphere. Despite the Northern Hemisphere accounting for exactly 50% of the Earth, it is home to about 90% of the human population.
I mean, there's more land. There's just a lot more land in the north. I mean, that's just by default. The southern hemisphere is going to be full of what? No, there's a lot of land there too. 3 absolutely gigantic. 4. Oh god, guys. Nah, we just have a lot more things.
This is the flag of Poland.
Like everyone flocks to large, gigantic cities. So that's why it's
Poland. This is the flag of Indonesia, and this is the flag of Monaco, and this is very confusing. This is the flag of Romania, and this is the flag of Chad, and this is even worse. This is the flag of Norway. This is the flag of the Faroe Islands. This is the flag of Iceland. This is the flag of Denmark. This is the flag of Sweden, and this is the flag of Finland, and this is still a bit confusing, but not as bad. Also, this is the flag of Ireland, and this is the flag of the Ivory Coast. This is the flag of the United Kingdom, with the blue in the back representing Scotland, the large red cross in the middle representing England, the little red bits representing Northern Ireland, and absolutely nothing representing Wales. This flag is also known as the Union Jack, and it can be found in 4 flags.
Listen, obviously shout out to Wales, okay? I got my first name. My first name is Welsh. And Wales, another place that has some of the most ridiculously long, city names in human history. All right? That's basically the crown of Wales.
Of other countries, including Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, and Tuvalu, whose internet domain name .tv generates $2.2 million each year and accounts for about 10% of the government's revenue. The most famous example of this is probably Twitch, whose internet domain name is twitch.tv or twitch.tuvalu. The flag of the Caribbean nation of Jamaica is the only flag in the world to have no red in it, no white in it, and no blue in it. This is the flag of the Asian country of Nepal, and it is the only non-quadrilateral national flag. Today, this is the flag of Libya and has been since the year 2011, but from 1977 until 2011, Libya's flag was literally just green. This is the flag of Switzerland, and this is the
yeah, that was basically why Gaddafi would be like, oh, my greens. He'd call people his greens and things like that.
Until 2011, Libya's flag was literally
like he specifically represented just this green. Yeah. He'd wear all green. Everything was like green.
Just green. This is the flag of Switzerland, and this is the flag of Vatican City, and these are the only 2 national flags that are perfectly square. Oh my God! Currently in 2022, $1 US is equal in value to €1 for the first time in 20 years. Currently in 2022, $1 US is equal in value to €1 for.
Okay, Jesus, currently. So this had to be early. For the most part, the euro has always been worth more. Always, right? Like, I mean, since like 2015, I've always had to just convert money, right? And trust me when I say, if I have it in euros, I'm gonna make a lot more money. And even right now, every time I have to convert money from euros to dollars, it's still more. I'll tell you right now, the dollar is weak right now. I would not store money in a dollar under no circumstance. Like every time, no matter what I make, guys, I put everything goes in euros. I do not want dollars. The dollar is way too weak, and that is an embarrassment, guys. I would say, I don't know what the conversion rate right now is, but I'll tell you the dollar is absolutely terrible. So if you have the ability, there's a company called Wise. I'm just not a sponsor or anything like that, guys, but there's a company called Wise that I use, and they give you the ability to store all of the world's currencies, right? And I can tell you right now, I do not store anything. Okay, so as of right now, the dollar is $1.07 for every €1. So that's it's okay. Listen, it's 3 cents stronger than it was for the majority of its lifetime.
For the first time in 20 years. The US dollar is the official currency of the United States, Timor-Leste, El Salvador, Zimbabwe, Palau, the Federated States of Micronesia, Ecuador, and the Marshall Islands.
Bro, add a whole lot more countries, because guys, I'm telling you, you can go to so many other countries and never even touch their currency, because their currency is absolutely atrocious in comparison. Go to Venezuela and try to use their currency. Bring an entire truck, like a pickup truck, for like $1, and they'll fill up your whole bed with their money, bro. Nigeria is another place where you can literally just survive purely off of US dollars.
In addition to using the US dollar as its official currency, El Salvador also has Bitcoin as an official currency and is one of only 2 countries to do so, along with the Central African Republic. In Zimbabwe, from the years 1980 to 2009, the official currency was the Zimbabwe dollar, which included your standard denominations like the $1 bill, $10 bill, $100 bill, $1 million bill, $1 billion bill, $20 billion bill, and the $100 trillion bill.
Right. What does that say? Inflation is wild. Okay. Bro, imagine trying to be like, listen, let me get all dollars from $100 trillion bill, bro.
The U.S. state of California has a GDP of around $3.4 trillion, meaning that as a country would have the world's 6th largest economy ahead of major countries like the UK, France, Canada, Brazil, and Russia. The small and poor Southeast Asian nation of Brunei has an amazingly high GDP per capita of $79,816, which is higher than countries like the United States and Singapore. This can be explained by the nation's oil exports, which typically benefit only a select few number of people in the...
But that select few is that rich?
Country.
If they're able to count all of the citizens... Imagine for a second, if they're counting all of the citizens and saying that there's a select few of people earning oil money, that's too much money for all these people to have, because 79,816% puts you in the 1 percentile on this planet by far. Guys, let's say $33,000 will make you 1%. If you make that a year, you will easily be in the 1% on the entire planet. That's how that works. So $80,000 a year compared to the rest of the world, and you're talking about a tiny country, Brunei, with this somewhat large population. That means that those select few people are making entirely too much money. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not one for spreading, giving people things that they haven't worked for. But there's nothing that you can do in life that should yield that much money. And I'm not referring to $79,000. That's divided by all the people, guys.
And account for about 70% of the nation's total revenue.
Bruh.
Germany is home to over 20,000 castles spread throughout the country, meaning that you can find about 1 castle every 15 miles or about 1 every 25 kilometers. Yeah. The Narendra Modi Stadium, located in Ahmedabad, India, is the world's
largest. Guys, I'm almost positive Spain should be right behind that number, or they may be above it, potentially. You cannot go anywhere in Spain without seeing a castle, to the point where they're like, okay, yeah, it's a castle, who cares? Why are you photographing this castle? Because the castle is cool. They're like, It's a random building. Let's put graffiti on it. That's what they do.
Largest stadium being able to hold about 132,000 spectators at once. France is the most visited country in the world and sees about 90 million tourists each year, followed by Spain with almost 84 million, the United States with almost 80 million, China with about 65.7 million, and Italy with almost 65 million. This is a map of the massive Amazon rainforest located in South America, and it alone is responsible for the production of about 20% of Earth's oxygen. China, Russia, and Pakistan are the only countries in the world that have more nuclear weapons than they do Domino's pizza locations. Africa's tallest building is located in Sandton, South Africa, and
is it a statue?
The Leonardo standing at
the third. Okay, never mind.
748 feet or 228 meters in height. South America's tallest building is located in Santiago, Chile, and is the Gran Tour Santiago, standing at 980 feet or 300 meters in height. Oceania's tallest building is located in Gold Coast, Australia, and is the Q1, standing at 1,060 feet or 323 meters in height. Europe's tallest building is located in St. Petersburg, Russia, and is the Lacta Center, standing at 1,516 feet or 462 meters in height. North America's tallest building is located in New York City and is the One World Trade Center, standing at a symbolic 1,776 feet or 541 meters in height. Asia's
guys, I didn't know the height.
World Trade Center, standing at a symbolic 1,007.
Listen, we are such a unique people, guys. Listen, understand why. Okay, so that building was obviously built because we had two other buildings that were destroyed, right? We understand, and a lot of loss of life. We get that, right? Not minimizing it. But here's the thing. For you to purposely build the building up with the most patriotic number you can possibly find, 1776, I like that. That feels special to me. I don't know. Does it feel special to you? It feels special to me personally.
776 feet or 541 meters in height. Asia's tallest building is located in Dubai and is the legendary Burj Khalifa, which stands at an astounding 2,717 feet or 828 meters in height and is the world's tallest building. And Antarctica's tallest anything is probably just a penguin. Slovenia has the highest amount of tractors per capita with 57.41 tractors per 1,000 people, followed by Ireland with 43.89 tractors per 1,000 people, Austria with 41.19 tractors per 1,000 people, Finland with 37.48 tractors per 1,000 people, and Estonia with 36.96 tractors per 1,000 people. So let me know which fact surprised you the most and what other kinds of videos you want to see next.
Okay, guys, this video was super unique. Absolutely useless geographical facts, but not really. Right, like what's funny is that this is actually how my brain works when I sit and talk to people and think of things to speak of. Generally, this is how I work. I'm all over the place in topics and things. I don't know if I need to care about the tractors, but I appreciate the knowledge. Now I know that all these places have way too many tractors for the people. Right, and it's a little crazy, but all right. Listen, let me know in the comments if I should be checking out any more of these, and I will. All right, and now listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day and enjoy your day thoroughly.